I've got the privilege and pleasure to introduce one of the greats of the game, South African legend, Mr. Shaun Pollock. You once called yourself a middle order tonker when you visited here. You're way better than that. How have you enjoyed your commentary stint in this test match?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been an interesting test match. Obviously, it's nice that from my side that South Africa ended up on top, and I look forward to the second game in what's it called, Chattogram now, not Chittagong anymore.
Chattogram.
Yeah, Chattogram. So that should be good. But yeah, it was enjoyable. I thought our South Africans played well. I think Bangladesh will be a little bit disappointed as the way they started. I mean, to be bowled out for 106, it's very difficult to fight your way back. But they showed some character and pushed it to the fourth day. But you did get the feeling it was going to be comfortable for South Africa. But yeah, all good.
What is it with South African fast bowlers, especially ones in the 300 club, yourself included, becoming commentators afterwards? How is that happening? Morne Morkel aside.
Well, yeah, I suppose Alan did a little bit. Dale Stains's done a little bit of commentary. Morne has been in the comment box before, and Makaya does commentary in Xhosa in our language back home. I don't know. I suppose we've thought about the game for a long time, and you've always got to think about ideas of how you can pick up wickets and get batsmen out. So maybe that translates well. And bowlers have got more personality than batters. I mean, it's just factual that we're a bit more exciting to listen to.
I'm going to put you on the spot here, and out of the 6 in the 300 club, I would like you to make a list of the top 5.
Top 5?
Yeah.
So you're trying to put together a bowling attack.
Yeah.
Um,
KG's in there.
Yeah, I mean, KG strike rate's been unbelievable. So you'd probably go Rabada, Steyn and Donald. There you go. Those 3.
You don't want to have yourself?
No, put them. I'll miss this one out, and then we can put a spinner in to go with that.
Mr. Middle Order Tonker, you're way better than that. You're one of the most pure cricketers I've seen. You come from a cricketing family, cricket royalty in South Africa. Why is it that you produce these sort of families, these sort of areas where cricket is very prevalent? Because last year, I remember when the South African under-19 team came and visited, there were plenty of families that came with the players, and they all played cricket, domestic cricket. They have academies. Why is it such a family sport back home in South Africa?
Oh, I think once you grow up in a cricketing family, you do spend time around cricket fields. And that tends to get you to maybe fall in love with the game. But I think as in all areas of life, if you've got someone who's been there, done it before, and they've walked a road on how to achieve success in a particular discipline, they've obviously got that experience to pass on. And I was fortunate that my dad gave me the basics when I was really young of how to hold the bat, how to bowl, what's required. And as you grow up, you do a lot of talk, chatting with them, getting to the bottom of why certain things have happened in matches. So you learn, and I think that's the advantage that you do have. And then if you've got enough passion, then maybe you can push on and do something for yourself. But definitely it helps you when you're surrounded by people who've got an understanding and have already achieved it.
Tell us about your career a bit. You've obviously got the record for the most number of maidens in ODI cricket. You still hold that record. Cricket has changed a lot with T20s coming in. But I remember something you did particularly in the first T20 World Cup, which is a slower bouncer. You were the first bowler I saw bowling a slower bouncer. As a bowler, how much more work do you need to put in to bowl in modern cricket?
Yeah, probably more than you did nowadays. You need to come up with more variations. I think the batters have learned a lot of skills, and they're prepared to try different shots, even from a reverse sweeps to the ramps. And in our day, you probably had 2 or 3 batters that could maybe knock it out the ground, whereas it seems like everyone can hit the ball out the ground these days. So it has become more difficult, and I do sometimes sit there thinking, what could we possibly do to help the bowlers, to give them a little few more options? But in the shorter formats, definitely the T20 and the one days, it's become particularly different. But it is nice to see someone like a Rabada. I suppose the one advantage is with the people developing these different shots, maybe their techniques aren't as tight as they used to be. So there is more opportunity in the test arena to maybe get them out a bit quicker than you used to, because they're prepared to play more shots and maybe not as good with the defence as they are with their attacking shots.
We all saw the sledge that Kumar Sangakkara did into the 2003 World Cup. You got back at him as well in the commentary box. We saw that as well. It was lovely stuff. In terms of sledging, what's the best you've ever faced?
Um, I think the Australians were probably the best at learning of what to say or how to go about it, and also they were always in a commanding position. You know, it's to sledge. If you're getting beaten up or you're losing the game, sledging doesn't really count for much. You know, you can kind of laugh it off. But when a team's on top of you and they're starting to sledge and put you under pressure, I think it just makes you think about things mentally. You know, like can I win this battle? Anything that gets you to maybe doubt yourself a little bit is probably a good sledge. I think if it goes over the top and becomes too personal, I think that's overrated totally. But anything that makes you think about the game slightly differently, I think that's spot on.
Anything you'd like to mention?
No stories I've got to tell.
I'm sure you've got plenty, especially for Duckworth Lewis. But, to wrap things up with you, moving forward, looking forward to the second test, World Test Championship, South Africa in with a chance to play in the final for the first time.
Yeah, it's all in their hands, isn't it? The moral of the story is if they win the next 5 test matches that they play, or even maybe 4 of them, they should get enough points to qualify, which is a fantastic position to be in, considering 4 of those will be happening in South Africa. So they'll be excited about that opportunity, but obviously they won't be looking too far ahead. These conditions are foreign, and there's a lot of guys who haven't got too much experience there, so they'll regroup, and I'm sure they'll come out strong. I've been to Chittagong a couple of times, and that surface can be flat. So I hope it's not the case. I hope there's a little bit for the bowlers, and that we can maybe get a result there. Either way, I'm sure Bangladesh would want to even the series, and in order to do that, they have to give themselves a chance of maybe losing. So South Africa might have the chance to win again. So we'll have a look, but I'm looking forward to it. I think this one turned out nicely, and that one should be good.
Best of luck for the second test, and see you soon.
Perfect. Thanks a lot.